Hello and welcome to another edition of Nash Inc Reviews. And welcome to another edition of the rise and fall of Sonic the Hedgehog, where we see Sonic's rise to fame and fall into the pits of gaming hell. I'll be honest, I've never played the Sega CD, and I was never interested in buying one anyway, so I can't really comment on it more than from what I've heard. It sucked, but there was also some good games that were sadly overlooked by the FMV games.
Pretend it's a game.
But I'm not here to talk about the Sega CD itself. I'm here to talk about what's widely considered to be the Sega CD's best game, Sonic CD. And boy, where the hell do I start with this one? Well, maybe with this. Sonic CD was released in 1993 and then later ported to the PC in 1996, but the one I'll be using is from the Sonic Gems collection. Now, I know there's a few differences, including the credits rolling with the ending, but unfortunately I can't find that footage anywhere. I know I saw it on YouTube, so whether it was taken down or not, or I'm not looking hard enough, that's where I saw it. It's also speculated that this game's story happens between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Now, while there's no real evidence for this, it does seem to fit the timeline, as Metal Sonic is in Sonic 3, and Sonic 3 also happens straight after Sonic 2. However, it could also easily happen after Sonic 3. And now for the complicated part. After Sonic 1, lead programmer Yuji Naka became unhappy with the backstage politics at Sega. So he and a number of Sonic team members headed to the US to help develop with the development of Sonic CD with the assistance of the Sega Technical Institute. Oh, and Sega Technical Institute also had a big hand with the creation of Sonic 2. Yeah, Sonic 2 was made in the US. Now, that is a weird thing to think about. Anyways, on to the music. The Japanese, European and Australian tracks are all the same, but the North American versions have a different soundtrack altogether. Now, I won't go into all of them, only the intro, the ending and the boss music. If you want to hear the differences, I'm sure some fine YouTube user has uploaded them. Now, I'm sure anybody who's watching this knows of the Sonic CD opening. It's one of the most popular intros in gaming today. And I'll be honest, I love Sonic Boom. Call me crazy, but whenever I hear of Sonic, I think of this song. It's very catchy, it's memorable. Hell, hear it once and it won't go away. And don't get me wrong, I like the Japanese song also. Well, the second half of it anyway. God damn techno. The second half of the song is definitely better, but I still prefer Sonic Boom, as this song, called Sonic You Can Do Anything, is just not that memorable. Although, saying that, does this tune sound familiar? Yeah, it's from 8-bit Sonic 2. Sonic You Can Do Anything is a kind of remix of the Green Hills music, and a damn good remix at that. The Japanese ending has a different song, called Cosmic Eternity Believe in Yourself.
Inside your heart you will find a special place to unwind. When you feel right, look at yourself. Inside your mind.
The North American version again has Sonic Boom, only with a slower melody, but this time I have to go with the Japanese version. Again, Sonic Boom is great, but man, Kiko Yutoko has such passion in her singing voice singing Cosmic Eternity.
If you want respect from your friends.
Don't weary,
really need to go techno? Yeah, I know, I probably pissed off a lot of people saying that.
Gotta do something. Believe in yourself. Yourself.
So anyway, the last piece of music that I want to go over is the boss theme. American version first. Guess it wasn't that bad. I felt better. I felt worse. Okay, well, I'm sure the Japanese version is much better. Okay, play it. You know, I don't like it, but it's actually kind of addictive. It reminds me of someone.
We got crashers, mashers, even head bashers, punks, drunks, all kinds of fun. There's a mucker in an alley and a junkie named Sally. So you better go home. We won't leave you alone. We're citizens on patrol.
Okay, on to the game. Now, what's the first thing you notice? So yeah, it had the same look that Sonic 1 had. Until you saw Sonic run up that wall and seeing some nifty 3D effects. When you saw that, you knew this game only looked the same with some reused sprites and sound effects, but it was a different beast altogether. Now I have to admit, the controls are a little suspect. It doesn't feel as responsive as in other Sonic games, and there's a weird thing where you have to hold down the spin dash a little longer than normal, otherwise you don't achieve it. The item boxes also appear the same from Sonic 1. I'm not really sure why they didn't do so. Oh, sweet Jesus! The pink rose! Beware! Beware the pink rose! I can't get away from her! Jump, Sonic! Jump with all your might! Oh my god. Thank Beelzebub for that. Okay. So by collecting 50 rings just like in Sonic 1 and entering the giant ring just like in Sonic 1, you can get to a special stage. But unlike Sonic 1, this special stage is kinda cool. Your objective is to run around hitting these UFOs. No, I don't know why they're UFOs either. As well as traps, you have to watch out for water, as it will drain your time. Run out of time, and you go back to the main game with nothing for your efforts. The perspective makes it kind of awkward to judge when to jump, as sometimes I've missed the enemy when I swore I should have hit it. And then there's times when I know I haven't hit it, but I still hit it anyway. When you finally hit the last UFO, you stop in your tracks and are expected to be rewarded a Chaos Emerald. Instead, you get a Time Stone. Yeah, in this game, you get Time Stones.
What? A time stone? Oh no. We're not going to have a repeat of what's happened last time.
Well, I certainly hope not. Although there was a great idea of yours to get out of that time loop. Destroying Windows Vista. How did you even come up to that conclusion?
Well, I've googled it.
Oh
Yeah.
Windows Vista sucks.
I know. I know.
Speaking of time, that's the coolest feature in this game. Time travel. When you hit a signpost with either past or future written on it, you can travel through time in that direction. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of yesterday. In this timeline, Robotnik hasn't had an effect yet, although his robots are on the move. Whenever you time travel, the music and appearance of the level changes in a similar fashion to Chrono Trigger. And don't worry, even if you're in a different timeline, the ring will still appear, with all conditions met of course. If you choose to head to the future, well that's a different matter. There's two possible futures. One is the bad future, where Robotnik's robotic army has taken over and created a dark wasteland, in a similar fashion to the Sonic cartoon. It's kind of interesting to note that in the future the robots are worn down, but the traps are even more deadly than before. It's the opposite for the past, fewer in quantity but the robots are even tougher, so you know, pick your poison. The good future is just as it sounds. There's no enemies, less traps, it's a nice peaceful future. You know, apart from the swords trying to cut you in half. There's a few ways to get a good future. One is where you have to destroy this robot here, but I find it simpler just to collect the time stones.